Welcome back to Plot Twist Street, the place where every Coronation Street storyline that seems settled is never truly over. Beneath the surface lie buried secrets, fractured relationships, and twists powerful enough to turn everything upside down. And tonight, we dive straight into a development that left viewers completely stunned. Because when Becky Swain speaks, her words are never empty. Coronation Street fans were left reeling during a tense prison visit between Lisa Swain and Becky. This was no routine conversation. No exchange filled with regret or quiet reflection. The atmosphere was cold, suffocating, and laced with danger. The kind of tension where one wrong word could trigger devastating consequences. Becky fixed Lisa with a look that was equal parts rage and chilling calm before delivering a warning that stopped Lisa in her tracks. Becky made it brutally clear that if she went down, she was more than willing to drag Lisa down with her. And she didn't stop there. Becky vowed to do everything in her power to turn life into a living nightmare for both Lisa and Carla. These were not hollow threats. This was psychological control, a reminder that Becky still believed she held the upper hand. While Lisa was left shaken by the encounter, the tension on the cobbles continued to build in a different, quieter way. Slow, sharp, and just as dangerous. Carla dropped by Lisa's place with a clear intention. She would stay only long enough to collect her belongings and then leave. No small talk, no emotional conversations, no reopening old wounds. Carla tried to keep things distant and controlled, but she underestimated one thing. Lisa was not ready to let go. Lisa was at home waiting, and the moment Carla walked in, the atmosphere shifted. Carla tried to keep her guard up, but Lisa steered the conversation straight toward the most painful subject of all, Becky. Carla didn't hold back. She made it clear that there was far too much history, too much damage, and too many consequences for them to simply pretend everything was fine. Carla didn't want to be pulled back into a cycle she had fought so hard to escape. Lisa, however, refused to accept that ending. In an emotional and impulsive moment, she declared that Carla was the love of her life. Then came the revelation that changed everything. Lisa admitted she was planning to visit Becky in prison to warn her to stay out of their relationship. One sentence, and it was like throwing fuel onto a fire. To Carla, Lisa's decision to confront Becky wasn't an act of protection, but a reckless move that reopened the door to chaos. Furious, Carla accused Lisa of interfering and making the situation worse before storming out and leaving Lisa alone with her resolve hardening by the second. If no one else was going to stop Becky, Lisa would do it herself. And so Lisa returned to the prison. This time there was no hesitation. Lisa laid everything on the table, telling Becky exactly how much Carla meant to her, how deeply she loved her, and how determined she was not to lose her again. Then, in a moment born of fear, exhaustion, and desperation, Lisa crossed a line. She admitted that she wished Becky was no longer around. It was a raw, unguarded confession. But for Becky, it was the perfect opening. Becky didn't panic. She didn't flinch. Instead, she responded with a terrifying calm, reminding Lisa that she still had the power to destroy her life. Becky made it clear that she could ruin everything Lisa had left, and even hinted that she could land Lisa behind bars. It was the kind of threat designed not just to scare but to trap, to make Lisa feel like escape was impossible. And as Plot Twist Street always warns, the story doesn't stop there. Spoilers for next week reveal that Betsy overhears Lisa confiding in Carla about Becky's ongoing threats. That moment changes everything. Seeing red, Betsy refuses to stay silent or let her family continue to be manipulated. Without waiting for permission or support, she heads straight to the prison to confront Becky face to face. This confrontation isn't calm. It isn't measured. It's an emotional explosion fueled by fear, anger, and frustration, all crashing together in one dangerous encounter. Betsy makes it clear she will not tolerate any more intimidation, any more control, or any more damage to her family. Becky is left seething. Her authority has been challenged, her grip tested. And that leaves one chilling question hanging in the air. Is Becky all talk? Or is she truly prepared to carry out her threat and destroy everything in her path? Back on the cobbles, Betsy returns shaken and overwhelmed. Despite her brave front, the weight of everything she's facing finally catches up with her. Carla is the one who checks on her, offering comfort and reassurance. After the confrontation, and in her most vulnerable moment, Betsy makes a desperate plea, begging Carla not to leave her alone. Because at this point, the greatest fear isn't just Becky. It's isolation. It's being left to face the darkness alone. And so, the story reaches its most fragile moment yet. Will Carla stay to protect Betsy and face the storm head-on? Or will the pressure and pain prove too much, pushing her to walk away once again? And just when it felt like the cobbles couldn't get any more unpredictable, another mystery has quietly been unfolding in the background. One that has left Coronation Street fans completely baffled. Ever since newcomer Jod, played by Olivia Frances Brown, appeared on the Corrie cast list just before Christmas, viewers have been struggling to work out exactly who she is and why her arrival feels so unsettling. Her very first appearance raised more questions than answers. Jod was seen tied up in the back of a van belonging to Airedale villain Graham Foster with absolutely no explanation as to how she ended up there or what she had been involved in. The confusion only deepened when Jod managed to escape the van and fled into the woods, clearly terrified and disoriented before being found by Kit Green. Still deeply traumatized, Jod tried to hide her face with her hands. And that was when viewers spotted a distinctive tattoo. At first, it seemed like a small detail, but that tattoo would soon become a major clue. It later emerged that the tattoo wasn't as unique as first thought. Shauna Platt has the exact same one on her back, a revelation that immediately sent fans into speculation mode. Following the dramatic multi-vehicle pileup that tragically claimed Billy Mayhew's life and forced Shauna into early labor, Jod was also taken to hospital. Her strange, emotionally charged behavior there only fueled suspicions that she was somehow connected to Shauna. When David Platt wheeled Shauna through the hospital corridor ahead of her transfer to Weatherfield General, Jod spotted them and froze. According to the doctor, she looked like she'd seen a ghost. The next day, it was revealed that Jod had followed the expectant parents across the Pennons to Weatherfield General. When she saw David leaving the ward, she rushed into Shauna's room, but not before secretly lifting a plush rabbit toy from someone else's gift bag. Alone in the room, Jod placed the toy beside Shauna, then began searching through her hospital bag. She didn't steal anything, but she did sniff Shauna's dressing gown, a moment that felt deeply unsettling. Unless, of course, they weren't strangers after all. Finally, at the end of the episode, the truth came out. After Shauna safely gave birth to a baby girl named Harper, Jod stood watching through the hospital window. When a passing man asked if she was the proud mom, Jod quietly replied, "No," before revealing that she was the proud auntie. In the final episode of the week, Shauna confirmed what many fans had already suspected. Jodie is her sister. David, meanwhile, was left completely stunned by the revelation. Viewers were quick to point out the strong resemblance between the two women and the fact that Shauna had previously mentioned having a sister long before Jod ever appeared. So, one mystery has finally been solved, but plenty remain. Where has Jod been all this time? What has she been running from? And what secrets from Shauna's past are about to resurface now that her sister is back in her life? With danger still looming on the cobbles and emotions running high across multiple storylines, one thing is certain, this is far from the end. Coronation Street airs on weeknights at 8:30 p.m. on ITV1 and is available to stream on ITVX. Thanks for watching Plot Twist Street, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us next time as we uncover the next twist waiting just around the corner.